Hello fellow beaders. In this tutorial you will be learning how to bezel an irregular shaped stone like this into a beautiful pendant using right angle weave and peyote stitch. So this is the sliced piece of stone that I have taken to encase it or to stitch a cabochon, to stitch a bezel around it. So this is like a cabochon and I'll be bezeling around it. So this can also be for made into a bead embroidery piece, which I have. I'll show you the necklace a little bit later where I have used this as a bead embroidery piece as a cabochon. But this is going to be bezeling. So see, this is how it looks and this is how thick it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a cubic right angle weave chain with this size 8 beads, and I'm going to make it to measure which will go around this piece. So to make a cubic right angle weave, I have taken some beading thread. Because this is size 8 beads, we can use a little thicker bead nylon thread. So here I'm using see this upholstery thread. I really don't know what is the size of this, but this is what I'm using. But later I'll be shifting to a beading needle, beading thread and needle, because I will have to go through these bead holes multiple times. But to make the cubic right angle weave, this is the thread and needle that I'm using because it's much more easier. And I've taken thread long enough to do so that half of it, see, I'll put a stop bead halfway through the thread that I'm taking, which this might be about an half an arm span on my right side, and on the left side also it will be about half an arm span or more. And the left side, when I finish using up this right side, I'll pick up this thread and use, because in this way I try to avoid adding and finishing of threads in between. So that is one technique that I always use, because I don't like to finish thread and add thread. So I'll keep half the thread for later use. So for now we don't need this, so I'm just going to keep it away, and I'll bring in the size 8 beads now to make the cubic right angle weave. I assume that those who are watching are familiar with cubic right angle weave, but so let me go ahead and start. So we'll start with 4 beads, and this I should turn it into a right angle. So this is the right angle that I got now. So to finish that right angle, go through one more bead once again. Okay, so this is the base for the cubic right angle weave. So from here I'll be working upwards. So I'm just going through that once again, just for no other purpose, just to make it a little more sturdy for me to hold on. So now next I'll pick up 3 beads, because this fourth bead is the one which makes up the 4 beads of the right angle weave. So I'm going to insert this from the from the bottom to the top, if you want to call it like that. So I've made the second unit of right angle weave. Now I'll move my thread to the next one in the base, and now when I do this, I have to make another right angle unit. See, this one right angle unit is this one. I'm not going into much detail of how a right angle unit is cubic right angle unit is weaved, but just for a refresher for those who want to. So after going into this, now for the next unit of 4 beads, these 2 beads are already part of the next unit of right angle beads. So I'll be picking up only 2 now. I'll pick up the 2 and pass my thread from the one that I have, the one that I made just now, and the one that's on the base. So when I do this, I have made the next right angle. See, if you see now, see, this is one See this one, these four are one part, and what you see in between my fingers are the second um, um, unit. Now to make the third unit, again I must move ahead to the next bead. When I move to the next bead, again the rule here is the same. See this, I am going to make a unit on top of this one, but I'll be sharing this bead from the previous unit for this unit also. So that means two beads are already here. So I'm picking up two more of the same size 8 and passing through these two because I'm sharing those also for the unit. And when I pull it, a third unit will be formed. And now for the fourth one, I'll go into the fourth bead in the base. So please excuse me if I am not explaining in detail, but I assume that you all know what is a cubic right angle weave. So here I've come to the last unit where I have to add another unit, but here you can already see there's one bead, there's two bead, there is three bead. So only the fourth bead has to be added. So what I will do is only the fourth bead on the top. So I'm going to be picking up only one bead and I'm going to go down this bead, and when I go down that bead you can see the fourth unit has formed. See these four beads are the fourth unit. So here I have made four sides. So this is the last side I made, and the other three sides are already done. So when I've made all this, I am going upwards. Okay, so now the thread is here, but now I want my thread to come up because I want to start my next unit of the right angle weaves. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to weave my way up in the same direction as the thread path. Okay, do not take any other thread path. So because this is the way the thread is moving up, so I will also move up in the same direction. Okay, so now I am in a place where I should start see, you can see these four are the base for the next units of right angle weave. We started with a similar such base here, if you remember. We started with this 4, okay, and in each side we added 4. See, this is one side, this is another unit, this is another unit, and this is another unit. So 4 units are there, so that's why it is called as a cubic right angle weave. So now I have come up here. I am in a position where I have got 4 beads which are the base for my next 4 units. So these 4 are a little loose. If you think they are a little loose on your hands, we can just go through these 4 beads for us to just get a little bit of control over, or a little bit of strength for the beads there, so that it's easy for us to work. This is the 4 base now. So I'm just going to explain. See, this is one bead of the 4 beads. So I'll be adding 3 beads now. I'll take up 3 beads. I'll pass through the same one from which the thread is coming out. One unit is made. Now to do the next unit, I should move to the next bead in the base. I will move to the next bead. When I move to the next bead, again I have to make a unit of 4. So for the unit of 4, this is one of the bead, this is the second bead, and I'll pick up 2 more and I'll pass with this bead that I'm sharing with the previous unit, and also from where I started. So when I do that, you will see that, say, another unit is formed. To proceed to make the next unit, I should move to the next unit in the base. So my needle will go, only the needle, not no more beads. Again here you see I am coming out of this bead here, that's the base. So I need to make a 4 bead unit here. For the 4 bead, this is one of the bead, this is the second bead, and I will need 2 more beads. I'll pick up the 2 beads, pass it down through the bead that I am sharing, and also into the same one from where I started. And when I pull, a unit will be formed with 4 beads. Now I am moving up to the last one in the base. In the base again, in this last unit as usual, there will already be 3 beads here. See that this bead I am coming out of. This is one of the beads that I will be sharing from this first unit, and this bead also I will be sharing from the one that I just finished. So these are the 4 beads, the 3 beads that are already present. So what we need is the fourth one, which will go up here. So to pick up that bead, I will have to move my thread up now, pick up that one bead that we need for that unit, go through the shared bead, and from where we started. So in a right angle weave, you will always bring back your needle from where you started. So only then that right angle weave will form. See, this is the fourth side that we made now. This is the first side. See, these 4 are the second side. These 4 are the third side. By 4 I mean, see, these 4. And this is the last one. So again, when we finish the last one, you see my thread is down here. I have to take my thread up. So I will go up in the same path now, and also I will take the needle up to from where I have to do my next units. My next units, you see, the base is already ready. Now because the base is not strong enough, I am just going to pass only my needle through all the 4 once again. And when I tighten it up, I will have the base ready. So see, this is how the unit will be coming up. So because this is an enlarged angle, you can see the white thread that is passing, but in when you look in real, these threads are not visible as much as you think it is. So this is how the right angle, cubic right angle weave will move up. So from now I'm just going to be showing you how it works. Maybe I won't speak so you can watch how it goes, but I'll just be telling you. For the first time I'll be picking up 3 beads, going through the same bead again, one unit made. To make the next unit, move to the next bead in the base. Here you remember I'm going to be sharing with the bead in the previous one, so I'm going to pick up 2, go down the sharing bead, and again come back to where you started. Two units made. Move to the third base bead in the base. Again here we'll be picking up only 2, and I'll be going down the shared bead and also from where I started. Third unit completed. Now for the fourth unit. In the fourth unit, we'll be adding just one bead. The thread is down here, so I have to take my thread up where I will get the 4 bead base once again. See, and this one is going to go around like this. Yeah, of course I won't be stopping here. I'll be extending it further, but this is how it's going to look. I have now completed the cubic right angle weave, and I have also joined it together, and I have joined it after I made sure that it fits around this piece exactly like this. Okay, it should not pull. You cannot, don't pull it, or don't don't keep it too close also. Just make sure that it fits comfortably around the piece that you have. And now after doing this, why I made it with the size 8 bead here is because of two reasons. One is mainly because I work only with size 8 beads, and also because this gives it a height, so that this piece, the beadwork that we have done, you see it comes to the same level um, as the centerpiece or the cabochon, or whatever you want to call this one as. So it is in the same level now. So now our work is to make more network of stitches around here, so that it will get covered inside, or it's a kind of bezeling. So it will bezel like that. So what I am going to do is now I am going to make right angle weave stitches starting from these points. See, the ones which are lying, of course it will, you must also later adjust it. So pick up a bead from here and make a right angle weave in this, and go sideways like this. So I'll show you when I make it, you will understand better. So for now, this is what you should be ready with for us to proceed further. Now here again I'll be taking the size 8 beads only for further making the right angle waves also. And when I start making the right angle waves, see, I want you to be sure that you make the right angle wave. Say, like, if you're going to choose this bead now, so this will be your first unit of right angle wave, this is the second unit, this is the third, fourth, fifth. So it should go in a straight line. So do not start one here and do the next one here, or the next one here, or next one here. So do not change the line. So they have to be on a straight line. So I'll tell you what I mean by that straight line. So now I have a beading needle and beading thread. So the thread I am using is Nymo thread, and the beading needle is size I think it's a size 10. Okay, so if I'm going to start from this one, so I assume this one of the part of the right angle, one bead of the right angle wave is already here. So I'll pick up 3 more. So this thread also, I've got a long thread, and half of the thread I'm keeping for making the other half. So half will be for this. So I do not have a joint or anything. So I'm just going to start, say, from here, from any one place. It's not necessary that you have to choose only this or that. So I've taken up one bead now, so I'm going to pick up 3 more beads and go back into the same bead from the opposite direction. So when I do this, you see a right angle weave has been formed. Now I have to move to the next one. So in order to move to the next one, instead of moving to this bead to the next bead, what I will do is I will go up this bead. That is just to avoid too much of thread showing. This, and now I will make the next unit of right angle weave with this bead. Okay, so here one bead is there, the second bead is there. I have two more beads, so I am going around, stitching around like this. See, I got my second unit of right angle weave. Now my thread has to pass a few more beads before I am ready to do my next right angle weave. So I am going to take my bead thread to the place where I will be ready to start my next unit of right angle weave. So again, I assume that those who are following this video um, know how to do the right angle weave. So that's why I am not going into detail now. So to make the next unit, I'm passing the see, we have got two units now. Now to make the third unit, pick up two more of the size 8 bead. Okay, see, this what happens is, see, this is what you will be getting now. See, this units that we are making will sit on top of the covering this stone like this. Okay, so that's what I want. So later we'll be making more rows in smaller beads now, but for this round this is how it will be. So making more units of right angle weave around it will kind of close this up. Okay, I'm here now, let me continue. Just give me a moment, I think all my threads are all okay, see, this is how they will lay, covering it up all around like this. So I'm going to continue making the right angle waves in the same way. Those who are familiar with right angle weave will know the stitch. I will not be going in detail into this right angle weave stitch right now. See, this is the progress. So may keep making right angle weaves on the flat, okay, all around like this. So I've now completed one round of right angle weave all around. So this is how it looks. Okay, and I'll show you how it fits around this also. So we've almost come to a kind of place where the beads are starting to cave in and also like tighten up together. So we are in that place now. So now from now onwards, what we have to aim for is we have to use smaller beads so that we will be able to not get a this wavy. It is so wavy, kind of wavy now in this level, because the number of beads are more than this circumference. So from now onwards, in order to reduce that waviness, we have also to reduce the size of the beads. When we add smaller size of the beads, it will fit perfectly in this. So now I have a choice of either continuing with the right angle weave. I can use so some this is size 8 bead. I can use size 11 beads from now onwards and make the same right angle weave. This will be smaller and it will also hold it up tightly. Or I also have the choice of continuing in a peyote stitch. So there are two choices that we can do now. So let me see what suits this one, and I will show you as I progress, so what I am going to choose from this. So what we have made for this side, we are also going to be repeating on the other side also. So this side will be like this. In the same way, you should pick up stitches. Here now, when you do on the back side, it is you have to be very careful, because you have to pick up the right angle weave stitches only from this bead. Okay, when we were doing the front side, we did not have, we had our own choice, because we could pick it up from anywhere. But now you have to pick up your right angle weave beads from here only, then it will be lying against this, because you can't do from here, or you cannot do from the bottom. So you have to pick up your right angle weave from this position in the back side. So you have to make sure that you go in a straight line all around like that. So for now, our concentration is on the right side, and like I told you, I will have to now decide whether I want to. So I decided to use this right angle weave, or I want gold color. So as I proceed, I will show you what I have gold size 11 beads. So I'm going to use this for making the peyote stitch. So I'm not continuing with the right angle weave. Instead, I'm going to be making the peyote stitch. So for the peyote stitch, it's very simple now, because you and I also assume that those who are watching this also are aware of the peyote stitch or know how to do the peyote stitch. So I'm just going to pick up beads. I'm going to be picking up one bead at a time and adding it in between these. So that will set up the base for me to make my further peyotes. So this line will just be adding one bead in between these, the right angle weaves like this. So I have made one round of peyote stitch all around with the size 11 gold beads, and this is the last bead that I'm adding. And as I add the last bead, you can see I'm also stepping up to the completing this round and stepping up. Okay, so this is what we have now. So let us see how it looks on our piece. So this kind of has to settle inside this. How the back will be. So the back is like this. Again, for the back, like I told you, we have to do the right angle weave stitch first, and after we do the right angle weave, we'll also have to do the peyote stitch. So when it comes, we'll get to that when it comes, but for the time being, so this is my work in the front. See, I just understood or discovered something which I can still do to make this better fitting. I was trying to see if if I pull the last thread in like this, it might set more flatter on this piece, but it is not happening. I can still see there is a little bit of slack here and a little bit of slack here. So what I think I will do is I will skip adding these gold color beads in two places, one here and one here. So when I do that, I think I'll be able to give this a proper better fit. So this is the place where I've ended. So I think before finishing it, I will skip 2 or 3 stitches at the same time. Say supposing I'm going to skip 2 or 3 beads here before I finish. At the same time, on the opposite side, see on this side here, when I reach here, when I take out all the beads, when in this position, I will skip at least 3 beads. So I will show you what I'm going to do. Now this is the place where I've ended it. So let me take out my needle from the thread, and I'm going to remove the beads. And I know the place because this is where I'm going to end. So a few beads before that is where I'm going to make the reduction. So when I remove my beads, I will remove it till here. That is on the other end of it, because you see this piece is oval, and so we need to make a space or set it up properly there. So I'm just going to remove the beads now. See, because this is peyote, it easily comes out. So if this is halfway where I want to make the reduction, I will have to remove the beads at least till here. Okay, so remove some more. See, this I can do it even off camera, but I want to show you like what is the logic or understanding that with what I do this, this reducing the size. So that's why I'm showing this to you in detail. See, one I'm going to reduce here, so the other one should be exactly on the other side, so at least till here. So I'm going to take off these three b this also. Okay, now I'll thread on my needle back again. I can remove this away now and keep these beads together. So when I come here, so instead of adding beads, I'm just going to be skipping them. So if I skip them like this, let me see what happens. I want to show you every part of my designing, so that's why I am, I could do these things even off camera and show you. See, I think when I pull this, so these three beads will come together, and I think it will be a good fit now. So I have skipped 1 2 3, so 3 beads I've skipped. So from now I'll start adding all the beads till I reach the other way, the other end. So I'll catch you when I come to this part here now. So you see, I had reduced 3 beads here. So I've come to the other side of it now. So from here to here. So here I think I will reduce 3 beads. So if it has to be more exact, I think, yeah, I think these three will be a good choice. So here I'm not going to add 3 beads. So 1, 2, and 3. So those 3 beads I'm not adding there, and then I will add the remaining beads. Oops, it's slipped out of my hand. and this one, and I'm going to do the step up. Okay, so now yeah, so here you can see I have, from what I have taken, I have taken out 6 beads. So let's see how it fits now. And I'm going to give it a good pull, and I have to make sure that the corners, yeah, that's, see, this is one side and this one has to be on the other side. So if I make sure, then I think, see, it'll fit more better. I'm just going to hold this a bit like this, and see, when I pull it tight. So this is the way I create my things, because there's no fixed rule like how to do it, and because this stone is also of irregular size, so we have to make these adjustments as we work. So since I'm happy with this, I can stop adding my peyote beads here, or I could add another round of peyote also. But when I do that, again I should reduce in some places, so that I will accommodate for the change, for the reduction in the size of the circumference. Otherwise, again, we will have a kind of a ruffle kind of thing coming up. So I'm going to stop here now. Now what I'll do is, I will decide whether I need another round or not when I do the back side. So when I finish the back side in the same way, and if it is nice, holding itself nice and tight like this, I will leave it as it is. If not, then I'll add another row, so that there will be more better hold of the stone here. Okay, so now I'll be doing the same thing at the back. Like I told you, see, the back will be like this. So I have to do the right angle weave all around this, and also add the gold also, one round of peyote, to make it the same as in the front. So I'll do that and get back to you. Because I've already shown you how to do this, I'm going to skip the video for making this back part. So you see, after finishing this side, I told you I'm going to move to the back side, and on the back side I've added one row of right angle weave all around, and you can see a kind of pocket forming here. See this pocket, this is where this piece is going to sit inside like that. So though you don't aim for making such a pocket, so this is how it ends up as. And now I'm going to check and see whether how this is working now. And when I'm also placing it, I have to make sure that this place where I skipped the beads are going to be on either side of this piece. Okay, so I can just place it inside, and I can see that it's quite fitting well. Okay, and my next crochet, sorry, not crochet, my next level of beading will be to add the gold color size 11 beads all around, so that they will all gather up. And again, when I come to this point and to this point, I should be reducing some beads, because then only then they will all settle like this. And this is how the front is. Okay, so let me go back and add the gold beads now. And I should remember that at this point, see here at the in the front where I skipped bead adding the gold beads, in the same points here also I have to skip adding the gold beads, because the shape is going to be the same on front and the back. So here I'll need to be reducing the beads. So I'll have to remember, when I come to a point here, I'll have to reduce the beads. So you see, I reduced I skipped some beads here. At the same point time, I skipped some beads here on the other side also, and I have now placed the piece inside. See, when it is loose, this is how it will be. Okay, so I will just place the piece inside, and then I'll give it a good pull. See, you can see it coming together like that. So from now onwards I will keep um, the stone in place and add the beads, because I want the sizing to be correct. Of course, even if I, as I finish this, I can add it, but then this would be the ideal place to place it inside and work now. So a little bit inconvenient here, but it is so much easier to place your uh, centerpiece inside and then continue with the rest of the peyote stitch. Just a few beads, so it's okay. And as I finish, I should also give my thread a good pull, so that they will all collect together and form the perfect shape to to bezel around this. So once I'm happy with the setting, I will go around this whole thing and once again, just to to reinforce. So but before that, I will just make sure that the work that I have done is satisfactory, and or if I need to add another layer or so, I will just check, and then I will see, because you see this is coming out like that. But let me see when I just give it a pull, how it is going to be, or if I need to add another row also. Here I am stepping up. Okay, so this is the completed piece, and when I give it a good pull, it is nice and firm. See, it is like this on this side, and it's so here. So I feel, because it's very very quiet on the edge, I think adding another row of peyote would be a great idea. But it also depends the kind of beads that I need to use inside, or I should actually be skipping some beads and working. So let me see how that's going to work. But before that, I want to finish this. I want to give it a good pull, and I want to make sure that whatever I've done so far is good enough. Then I'll decide about the next part of it. Okay, at this point, since I have some more thread, what I'll do is I'll pass through a couple of beads once again before I make the knots. See, because mine is a nylon thread, there is always a lot of give. If it is the bonded beading thread like fireline or such, there won't be much of a problem like this. But I'm so comfortable using a Nymo nylon thread, so most of the time this is what I have to deal with. And what I also do is, after finishing my work, I do the last round of reinforcement with fireline or that kind of a bonded thread, which will be more the reinforcement will be much better.